The opponent safe switches into Trevenant, and look at the Gust. 3, 4, get fucking wrecked, you stupid tree. Back out is going to come the big brick wall. But unlike any other flyer, close combat needs to be respected. We're going straight for it. And the bastard on shits its pants and shields. So let's get into today's video. I hope everyone had a great Starley community day. I'm going to be honest, I caught absolutely 0 Pokemon, 0 shinies, already the Hundo regular, a 96 Shadow and Shadows for all the other leagues, great, and obviously Ultra. So I had 0 intentions to play, but I did build my Great League Pokemon, and obviously a lot of other content creators are showcasing this today. Why do you want to watch my video? Well, unlike other creators, I ain't sticking it with 2 meta monsters. This is a triple Shadow, triple Glass Cannon team. Does it make any sense? Absolutely not. Stuff like Charmers, Scrafty, Obscune are going to be a huge problem, but we're going to run it anyway. And in game 1, we pick up the mirror. You can see if you're already a follower of the channel, I have built a new Swampert because I'm absolutely tired of losing CMP. We now have 6 attack and we still lose CMP, so that was evidently a fantastic investment. So we are going to fire off the Hydro Cannon. I'm going to have to catch the next one, as I don't want Swampert to go down. And as we are in a triple Glass Cannon team, Sableye is going to tank this Hydro Cannon, but evidently not particularly well. Despite me being a 0-15, rank 1, that absolutely clapped us. The opponent is now going to fire off one more Hydro Cannon, and with Sableye was straight in and straight out. The Swampert is now energy dry. It's 5-4, 5-4, so they're 4 away from the next move. They now safe switch into Trevenant. I'm going straight for the Sludge Wave. Unfortunately, even from the Shadow, it doesn't do enough damage. So we are going to get taken out, and it's now all going to be down to my good buddy, Legacy Staraptor. With no shields, can we clean up this game? The opponent comes in, 2 Galarian Stunfisk. I've checked the sims. We should survive a Rock Slide. It should do around 80%, and we get absolutely wrecked. Thank you very much, PV Poke. I'm really a big fan of them simulations. I'm actually a rank 14, so I've got no idea why it one-shot, but evidently Starley is made of paper. Moving on to the next one, we see Toxicroak in the lead. We both throw on 9, really random timing, but it is what it is. We shield up the Mud Bomb, the opponent shields up the Hydro Cannon. They now make a great switch out, catching Hydro Cannon number 2 onto Umbreon. Speaking of Umbreon, this is another problem for the backline. Obviously, Staraptor's lack of bulk isn't great in this match, but either way, I am going to catch the next foul play. Staraptor tanks that move somewhat better, but Umbreon is super defense weighted. And the Snarls and one singular foul play has got us round to 25% HP. This could be a long video. We're going to now overfarm. We're almost at the back-to-back close combats. Is the opponent willing to give up a shield? No, they are not. Staraptor nukes Umbreon. Out comes the Skarmory, and we're going straight for the neutral close combat. Skarmory commits a shield, and now both our back 2 Pokemon absolutely don't want to take a Brave Bird. I come in, make sure they don't switch out, throw the Hydro Cannon onto Skarmory. The opponent now comes into Toxicroak. I bank the Hydro Cannon, and that right there is going to be all she wrote. Toxicroak can only go for a Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb isn't going to do enough. Despite Mud Bomb being pretty garbage, we're down to around 40% HP. Back out comes the Skarmory. I'm going to throw this foul play. Foul play doesn't quite knock out. The opponent is going to throw a Sky Attack, but Swampert exited with a move. They don't have double, even if they did. Swampert would win CMP, and finally, we're off to a 1-1 start. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Wallface in the lead. You absolutely love to see it. The opponent safe switches into Trevenant. Hi Trevenant, bye Trevenant. Get absolutely wrecked. That is probably my favourite thing to do, as I'm a big fan of Swampert, and Trevenant is such a wall. Back out comes Wallface. Any other flyer, Wallface would be laughing, but they are going to have to respect the close combat. So not only did we completely fast move down one of the top meta mons, we got a shield off Wallface. The opponent is going for a Stone Edge. I show 0 respect. The opponent is still switch locked, as that mid game was so quick. The opponent shields it up. They're looking to snipe with a Razor Leaf user, but they have no shields. I'm going to come in with my little Sableye. Foul play is going to take care of Victory Bell. We've almost got another Hydro Cannon bank, and the opponent realises their team is nonsense and concede the match. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see a Pancake in the lead, but this is the less common Unova variant. But either way, Swampert has a pretty good matchup. They throw a Mud Bomb. They now switch out into Skarmory. I am going to look to stay in, as I have a pretty decent-ish matchup with Sableye. We chip it with a Hydro Cannon. The opponent is throwing a Sky Attack. Sky Attack isn't going to do enough damage. We're now going to look to farm all the way down. We're left super low. I am going to be spamming out foul play in case they've got a charmer. They have got a charmer, but either way, this foul play is going to do respectable damage. One charm takes us out. Now Staraptor comes in. Can we farm all the way down? No, we cannot. So I am going to throw the close combat, hoping the opponent commits a shield, which they do, but they're left on 1 HP. We commit to the mud shot, farm down, back out. Comes the Unova pancake, and we've got back-to-back Hydro Cannons ready to go. The opponent lets it go, realizing the game's over, and we take that battle. Moving on to the next one, we see the more regular pancake in the lead. Galarian Stunfisk. The opponent attempts to catch a move onto the Resumeral. We don't throw, and we're going straight for the Sludge Wave. The opponent shows no respect. It lands for big damage, and now it's time to come in with Staraptor and commit to the Gust farm down. We are going to have to respect absolutely anything. The opponent goes for a Hail Mary of a Hydro Pump. That would probably kill a whole herd of Staraptors. But either way, we shield it up. Back out comes the pancake. We draw our shield back with the close combat. The opponent is going to have to throw because they don't want to commit the second shield. Rockside, as we've seen, absolutely obliterates us despite not having a lowered defense. So that would probably take out also a herd of Staraptors. We come in to Swampert. We are going to throw the Hydro Cannon on what should be a CMP tie to the Earthquake. The opponent did throw as well. I am going to respect a potential Earthquake. We correctly shield the Earthquake. What does the opponent have in the back? It is Trevenant, and Sableye is going to feast. This is just going to be a Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb is pretty nonsense, but it does still do decent damage. I am going to throw the foul play. This will take care of Trevenant. Trevenant's getting absolutely wrecked left, right, and centre in the video. Back out comes Stunfisk. They're obviously looking to farm up as much energy as possible. Foul play gets them low. The opponent is throwing at 9. They're one off the back-to-back Rock Slides, but Rock Slide isn't going to be enough to KO Swampert from this range, and one Mud Shot seals the deal. GG's, and thanks for playing. Let's keep the good times rolling. In the next battle, we pick up a lead against Metachan. This opponent throws on 5. This is just a power-up punch. I can count, so I show zero respect, make a switch into Sableye, and this opponent, despite rocking a legend stance, is staying in one of the worst possible matchups. We throw the foul play on a CMP tie. This is going to be a boosted Ice Punch, but still, I'm not shielding. Staraptor needs all the shields it can get. The opponent saves that Metachan on 1 HP and the Dream. They now switch out into Venusaur. We should get our shield back with the foul play, and we do. We now get Vine Whipped all the way down. However, Venusaur, you might be loaded, but we have a nasty surprise for you. We are going to commit a shield here, as this would probably take out a whole herd. Actually, I think, come to think of it, Staraptor's probably come in a flock, but that Sludge Bomb would probably take out the entire flock. We are now loaded. What does the opponent have in the back? It is the Bear Trap. Galarian Stunfisk. I'm going to throw this close combat just as they get the energy for the Rock Slide and look to catch the Rock Slide. The opponent also makes a swap. Swampert, Mud Shots down, and that's all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Public Enemy number 1 in the lead. We can tank a Focus Blast, although it isn't comfortable with Staraptor. I really can't afford to shield. We're going to look to farm up to the back-to-back Hydro Cannons, and the opponent catches the Hydro Cannon onto a Zoomerall. You hate to see it. We are going to bank the second Hydro Cannon, switch out into Staraptor. The Gusts are really chunky, but this XL Azu is an absolute monster. I am going to shield up the play rough. I'm going to overfarm as much as I physically can. I should have went for a close combat here as it is less energy, but I am going to throw the Brave Bird. The opponent lets it go. If Registeel does return, they are going to have to respect the close combat, so I overfarm just a touch to try and throw off the opponent's count in. We throw the close combat. Registeel shits its pants and shield it up. They're not going to be able to lock on us down. They are at 100 energy, but they do dump some energy. They throw the Focus Blast. They're not in Hydro Cannon range yet, so I am going to be forced to come in with Sableye. The opponent is going to outpace us to the charge move, and I've got pretty much no choice but to shield. Zap Cannon does around 75%. I shield up the Zap Cannon. The opponent is staying in, so I'm going to overfarm to the back-to-back. This foul play, unless the opponent shields, will knock out. The opponent lets it go. Oh, and it's Talonflame in the back. The opponent knows I've got the Hydro Cannon, but do they know about Power Gem? Evidently not. And Talonflame, the Kentucky Fried Chicken Bird of Death, gets absolutely one-shot despite us being debuffed. You love to see it. Moving on to the next one. We picked up a great lead. The Bear Trap into Swampert. They save switch into Defense Deoxys. We come in to Sableye. I'm going to look to throw this one counter before they get to the Psycho Boost. This will knock out or draw a shield The opponent shields it up, and this is where rank 1 IVs come in. Absolutely clutch. I know I survived the resisted Psycho boost. The Shadow Claw went through, and at the back-to-back foul play, does the opponent want to double shield? They do not. We manage to knock out, so we're sitting in a great spot. Back out comes Swampert. I'm going to look to throw on a CMP tie to the Earthquake. Is the opponent willing to give up their final shield? Yes, they are. I'm obviously going to shield this up, really hoping I don't get baited, and the opponent actually goes for the Earthquake. In the back is Altaria, and this is pretty fucking dreadful. I am going to get outpaced to the Sky Attack, so I am going to commit a shield. I'm going to let myself get super low just before the Dragon Breath takes us out. Brave Bird is going to KO with the lowered defense. It should only take a couple of mud shots to take us out, which it does. We're not far off the Hydro Cannon, and once again, Swampert is going to clean up this battle in style. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Azumarill in the lead. Not something the team really wants to see, but it is what it is. We get the extra mud shot. We are going to shield up a potential play rough, and we don't get baited, so that's good for us. I throw one mud shot and the Sludge Wave. Let's see if the opponent wants to shield it up. They do not. Sludge Wave does huge damage. I'm going to throw the Hydro Cannon just before they even get to the next move. Let's see if the opponent wants to save their Azumarill. Yes, they do. And at this stage now, I can commit my final shield. I hate being shields down, but this is Mud Shot farm down range. We shield up another play rough. Swampert commits to the Mud Shot farm down, and we are absolutely loaded. Let's see what the opponent comes into. They come in to Skarmory. I'm going to spam out one Hydro Cannon. These do around 45% of the health of Skarmory. This is now great because it's now going to be in foul play range. I'm going to throw on 7. So if the opponent wants to get off the Brave Bird, they are going to have to commit the final shield. Do they commit it? Yes, they do. We throw at perfect timing. Brave Bird is going to take us out. However, with the lowered defense, we can come in to Staraptor, and we are going to be able to Gust farm them down. The opponent switches out into Swampert, not wanting us to farm down. This is the moment of truth. Can we survive a Hydro Cannon? Yes, we can. Staraptor, you absolutely bulky boy. Close combat is going to take care of Swampert. I'm spamming out my own Swampert. We've got the Hydro Cannon locked and loaded, and Swampert once again is going to clean up this battle. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Altaria in the lead, something that beats the entirety of the team. I'm going to come in to Sableye. I'm going to throw a foul play just before they get to the Sky Attack. Foul play lands for decent damage. The opponent is over farming. I've got zero intentions of shielding up Sableye. Sableye is going to be used as a sacrificial swap. I'm going to take this as an opportunity to come in to Staraptor and commit to the Gust farm down. That was just 7 Dragon Breaths, and we've lost around 25% of our HP. Holy crap. The opponent now comes in to Azumarill. We sneak the Gust. I am going to shield up whatever they throw. It is a play rough, and I am now going to go for a close combat when I get to the back-to-back. I assume the Azu is going to shield up, which they do. I now dip out into Swampert, and it's Ferrothorn in the back. This looks like a pretty hard RPS loss, but we maximize our energy, throw on a CMP tie. The opponent didn't get a Bullet Seed through, so I know it's CMP. Now the win con is going to be to Gust all the way down and leave with back-to-back moves. We are resisting Bullet Seed, but it doesn't look like it. I am going to have to shield up absolutely anything. The opponent is on Mirror Shot. Can we get to the back-to-back? Yes, we can, but can we survive one bubble with a lowered defense? Close combat will be drawing the final shield. We'll be able to get to the Brave Bird, but heartbreakingly, the bubble takes us out. And despite being triple hard countered, we got pretty close in that battle. Moving on to the next one. Once again, the Swampert mirror. Do we finally win a CMP tie? This is now the second Shadow Swampert I have built. The opponent shields the first one. They are farming up a boatload of energy, so I'm going to fire off the second Hydro Cannon. Look to dip out into Sableye, but the opponent did throw. So actually, it looks like we do win CMP. So I'm going to shield this up. The opponent throws again. I'm going to have to double shield, but I know if the opponent stays in, we will win the one shield. The opponent makes a great switch, catches this Hydro Cannon onto Sableye, but Sableye is now in farm down. With Staraptor, can we Gust down? Yes, we can. If Swampert does return, it is going to have to throw immediately. The opponent gets greedy. They don't throw. And Staraptor is going to nuke the shit out of Swampert with a close combat. What does the opponent have in the back? It is Skarmory, but guess what, Skarmory? You can eat a close combat as well. Staraptor absolutely going off. Close combat, almost one shots. The opponent is fairly loaded. I am going to come in with my Swampert to force the opponent to throw. The opponent does throw a Sky Attack. I don't think Sky Attack is going to KO, but I'm now going to switch out into Sableye and commit to the Shadow Claw, farm down, and we take that battle. Moving on to the next one, we see another Metachan in the lead. Obviously, we have to be mindful of the Psychic, so I'm going to count to 8. Look to catch the Psychic on Sableye. We do catch on 8, but is the opponent baiting us? They go for an Ice Punch. That still doesn't do too much damage. They now come in to Registeel. I'm going to look to CMP tie this Registeel. This should be a CMP tie to the Zap Cannon. Let's see if my counting is as good as I think it is. And as always, kids, stay in school, learn to count. That counting was immaculate, if I do say so my fucking self. We are now sitting in a pretty good spot. I'm going to come in with Swampert. I get towards 100 energy, so I'm going to fire off this Hydro Cannon and go for an undercharge to maximize my energy. We get a few more mud shots. We're almost at the back-to-back Hydro Cannons. If that Metachan should return, we are going to spam out a Hydro Cannon and now make a dip into Staraptor. Hydro Cannon lands. We switch out into Staraptor. The opponent exits on 5 counters. They're 1 away from an Ice Punch, and it is Mandibuzz in the back. Gust are absolutely shredding once again. The opponent is at 7. I'm going to look to CMP tie. Really hoping the opponent is jamming out the charge move. If they are, Swampert should be prime to sweep. Once again, our counting is immaculate. Foul play takes us out. Now Swampert just has to get the final shield. They're now 1 away from the move. We fire off the first Hydro Cannon. This should draw the shield. We need this second one to knock out, but is Hydro Cannon going to be enough to knock out? No, it's not. They survive on 1 HP and a dream. Fuck you, top meta. This is brutal. We're forced to burn our final shield. Metachan comes in and takes us out. So despite pretty good counting and making all the plays, we still managed to lose that game. In hindsight, I probably could have threw the close combat a bit earlier or double shielded it, but either way, good attempt, and we got wrecked by one of the most basic bitch meta teams in existence. You hate to see it. Moving on to the next, we see Skarmory in the lead. I get the extra when they throw their Sky Attack, and now I'm going to throw 1 Mud Shot and a Hydro Cannon. I'm going to look to throw the second Hydro Cannon just before they get to the next Sky Attack. The opponent shields it up, and they actually make a great switch once again. Knowing we're at their back-to-back, they catch the Hydro Cannon onto Vigoroth. However, we can now come in to Sableye. We are going to throw just before they get the energy for a Bulldoze. Let's see if the opponent wants to shield Vigoroth. They do not, so down it goes. We've got a pretty healthy Sableye, and now back out comes Skarmory. This is going to need to be a Brave Bird to take us out, but I'm not going to shield it up. Obviously, Staraptor needs a shield. We come in. We're looking to Gust down. We make the Gust down. What is in the back? It is Swampert. So I'm going to look to shield the Hydro Cannon, throw the close combat, and look to catch the next Hydro Cannon on Swampert. So this will definitely draw the final shield from the opponent. I'm going to throw 1 more Gust and look to catch. We don't manage to catch, but the opponent realizes they are going to have to throw anyway, and this game is over. We come back in, 1 Gust. We're at the move, close combat, absolute overkill, but Staraptor gets its time to shine. GG's, and thanks for playing. So those were the battles with a triple glass cannon team featuring new Legacy Gust Staraptor in the Great League. Would I recommend this team? Hell no, absolutely not. Lots of things are problems, and it's so hard to judge what to shield, as essentially no Pokemon on the team wants to take a move. But it made for some pretty fun content, so if you appreciate the spice and time and effort I've done to put this video together on a Sunday, I'd appreciate if you smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing, and I will see you all in